So welcome, you guys. As we get ready, please get your questions ready. I want to make this meetings always pertinent, always relevant. So whatever questions that you might have, this is the place to ask those questions. Just write them down, get maybe on a piece of paper, and get ready to put it on the in the chat. And by the way, if you have not joined our Telegram channel, please go ahead and do so. That's the link that you're seeing on the screen right now. It's an easy way for me to get information to all of you. You see, on the company webinars, on the company Telegram, there's a lot of traffic. And sometimes you have to search through a lot of stuff to find what you're looking for. And that's why we created our Telegram channel, so that we can take some of the most important things and place it on that channel. That's the link that you see right there, so that you could easily access relevant information. Well, welcome everybody. We host these meetings so that we can share relevant information with everybody. At least you know every Sunday where to find us. And please go ahead and mute your microphone so that we can get a good call here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. And what I'd just like to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is enter a short period of prayer here, so that we can give acknowledgments to our God. Heavenly Father, we just thank you. We praise and worship and bless and magnify your holy name. Daddy, we thank you for the opportunity to call you Abba, Father. You are not only our source, but our sustainer, our Jehovah Jireh, who provides for us, our Jehovah Tsidkenu, our Jehovah Rapha, our healer. Lord, we praise you. We invite the presence of the Holy Spirit to be the host of this meeting. Guide us and lead us, and grant us wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and success beyond our dreams. In Jesus' name, amen. So again, welcome everybody, and do me a favor. Miss Shirley, are you there? I guess not. Let me see. Okay, do me a quick favor, please. This kind of like a roll call. I'd like you to go ahead and type in your name, where you're calling in from, and the name of your sponsor. Please type that into the chat. And from time to time, I may ask a question, respond in the chat, so that I can gauge, oh, wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Our first lady is here. Excellent. Please let her in. Let her in, and we'll give her the top billing here, because we know how busy she is. So this is our first lady, the awesome, the amazing Miss Megan Lynch. As I said, she's touring right now. She's traveling, and I called on her. It was really late, so I'm glad that she was able to join us just for a brief minute and share with us just whatever she wants to share with us. It definitely is an honor and a treat for her to join us today. And she's out there. The weather is not very good at all in St. Louis and all the different places that she's going. But this is the hardest working lady in relationship marketing. I mean, she is awesome. She's anointed and appointed to do what she's doing. She's got an amazing vision. She's an entrepreneurial tactician and strategizes. And I've listened to an awesome coach. I've listened to her talk a number of times, and I've listened to a lot of people talk, and I can just sense a lot of times when you can just see her talking from the anointing that God has placed in her to do what she's doing today. This is not just any other regular MLM. So, Megan, we thank you very much. Would like to go ahead and let you in so that you can share with us and be able to attend to the other people where you're at over there. Please go ahead and you got the mic.
All right. Can you hear me okay, Coach?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I just stepped out to my car for a second, so I think my video's on. Hola, ¿cómo estás? um, so thank you so much, Coach, for just being, focused, committed. I always say, anytime you get into an opportunity, it's really going to be about the leadership. A lot of times people are bouncing around from opportunity to opportunity. They're promoting multiple things. And I talk to my leaders all the time about, staying focused.
Okay,
All
hang
right,
it.
Coach, can you hear
Yes, we
me?
can hear you now. I think we lost you for a second there.
Yeah, no, we are having great weather. It's just because I'm in the car. I stepped away from the leaders who came out to Indianapolis, so it might go in and out for a moment. But again, I just want to say thank you for all of you getting on. The most important thing is that we built something for everybody. Everybody's pockets. There's nobody who can say they can't afford to be in Vibe because you can literally pay $9.99 a month and go refer a pro member and be able to make upwards to 1,000 to 18,000 a month. So this opportunity is really for everybody. I think the biggest message I want to give everybody, and then if anybody has any questions, can answer some of those questions. But the biggest message is that pre-launch is to look for. Yeah, I'm just here meeting with other leaders here in Indianapolis. So, but again, I'm here to answer any questions if anybody has any questions. But we have a lot that we're rolling out. The biggest thing that we were waiting on was waiting on credit cards, traditional credit cards, so that everybody has an opportunity to get inside of Vibe easily, because I know that the majority of our population are baby boomers. I just turned 47. So I would say at least 70% of our population are 50 and up. And when you're dealing with just crypto, um, even when you're dealing with the crypto credit card option, there's a lot of different steps. So we wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to have everybody be a part. So I don't know if you guys know, but we partnered with a company who is all over the world. They give 51% of their income to their ministries. It is a kingdom building ministry. They put $80 million into their platform, and we just partnered with them. So now we have an opportunity to take credit cards, right? And we can process as much as we want. And a lot of people sit around and they kind of twiddle their thumbs, like, why is it taking so long? But it's because they don't really understand what's going on in the world of finance today. They don't understand what's going on in the world of, like we have a new president, and I'm neither here nor there about our president. I don't get involved in politics. Whoever is the president, I'm going to pray for them because they're the president. So I'm going to pray for the president. I am going to pray for his council. but we are in a different time period right now where banks have gotten in trouble for doing shady business. Network marketing companies have gotten in trouble for doing shady business. So it makes it harder for people like ourselves and VYB who want to do legitimate business. They'll do business with us, but they only let us process $150,000. Well, we'll process $150,000 in one day. So we wanted to really just make sure that we did a lot of praying and we could do millions of dollars worth of business and not get started and then stop. Start, stop, start, stop. So we just got the biggest God wink ever, the biggest, shine. I feel like my dad's up there working it out with the Lord. With JC. And we just got the biggest blessing ever where now we're going to have credit cards. We can process as much money as we want. The bank is our partner now, and we don't have to worry about some bank shutting us down later on. And it's also going to allow all of you guys to be able to pay your membership quickly and not have to go through the different, crypto hoops and things like that. But up until about a week ago, that's what we had to offer. And now God has smiled on us, and now we're going to go to the next level. So, this is what everybody needs to understand. I have been in this position multiple times. Typically, when I launch a business, I've never launched with more than 1,000 people. And everybody who followed me did exactly what I said to do. Didn't get upset because your friends and family don't get it. You shouldn't even be talking to them anymore, right? I have a big call with my family tonight because there's 52 of them that are getting in this business. And if they're all excited, but if there's somebody who's not excited, I'm not about to chase them. They will chase me here in about 30 days. I want you guys to remember that pre-launch isn't for everybody. Pre-launch is to get with the Shirley Yorks. It's to get with the individuals who understand business takes time and perfection takes time. And if somebody doesn't see it, they'll see it when the money hits. Some people have to see the money. And we're going to pay out millions of dollars, and we're getting started this month of May. So I'm excited about that. So here's what everybody needs to do. Number one, do a family call. Write this down if you're not taking notes. You need to do a family and friends call. That is a courtesy call to them. I'm doing one tonight at 8 o'clock with all my family and friends. I don't care if they join me or not. I'm giving them a courtesy of you better join me now because here in the next 30 days, you're not going to be able to get to me, family or not, right? So I encourage you guys to do what I do. Call everybody in your friends and family and do a Zoom call, and don't use a PowerPoint. Just tell them, listen, I'm in VYB. It's an ecosystem. It supports entrepreneurs. We are going to produce 1,000 millionaires over the next 12 to 36 months. Out of courtesy, I'm telling you one more time. Create a free account. At least do that. That's what you need to say to them. At least create a free account and get time stamped, because the free account time stamps them. They still have a week, because this week we're going to do onboarding and we're going to show you guys some of our educators. We're going to show you some of our products. And then people have to pay their membership at least $160 plus the $10 before I tell you that it's the last day. I don't know what the last day will be. It's when the credit cards pop up, and the credit cards are going to pop up this week. So once they pop up, you guys know I'm giving anywhere from 72 hours to 4 to 5 days for people to pay with their credit cards. So by May 26th, I think that's a Monday or a Sunday. By next week, well, today's Sunday, so this is really this week from Sunday to Saturday. We're going to be doing onboarding. You're going to be able to get your family upgraded with a credit card. After this week, we roll without them. So we got to all posture up at this point because our family members think that we need them, and they don't. We don't. They need us. And the thing is we have enough leaders like Coach Kola, like Shirley, like, Whale, like Rosalind. We have enough leaders who are going to pay their membership And if nobody comes but them, people are going to make really great money this month. And then we take snapshots of other people's money and we tell our friends and family, this is what my team has done. This is my goal, is to be at an extra 2 to 5,000 a month. And, because most people, if you say anything bigger than that, they think it's a scam. So we all have to remember that most people have never made 500 to 2,000 consistent. So when I'm telling my family, you could make 100 grand, 400,000 a month, they don't bat an eye because they watched me do it. And I left them behind last time. Right? They didn't, they didn't even, oh yeah, I'm busy. Okay, be busy. I'm gonna go make my money. And then when you see that I'm making my money and I'm too busy to tell you about it, don't be mad. My whole family now, they're not crazy. They were crazy before, because you got crazy family members too. They were crazy and they didn't believe me. And then me and Reagan went out here and collectively were making 120, almost 150,000 a month. And then they came aboard. It took them 7 weeks. I literally had to buy a new car, Coach Kola, bright orange, and pull up on them. I still have that same car because I'm not frivolous, right? I don't really even drive that much, but I'm going to show you guys. I still have the same car because I'm not a frivolous person. I only have 2 feet. I can only drive once, one car at a time. So let me see real quick. I'll go this way. And then Coach Kola, I just got a wrap on it because I love my Camaro. It's not a
Wow.
fancy car. It used to be orange, but I pulled up in this bright orange car. And then all of a sudden, my family's like, well, you used to be poor. And I'm like, I'm not poor anymore. So you can come with me or not. You guys, when you get to that point where you're not begging your friends and family, and you're not like, oh, you really need vibe, blah, blah, blah. And you're like me, and I tell my family, it's mandatory. Be on this call at 8 o'clock. If you don't get on, I'm leaving you behind. My nephew just won the championship over in Croatia and he got MVP. My other nephew's playing in China. He just sent me a message and was like, I'm playing in a game at 8 o'clock. Can you record it for me, Auntie? Yep, I'll record it. That's how my family is now. That's because I'm not begging them to be in my business. I already know how much money we're going to make. I just need you guys to understand that if only you join, you're doing a great thing during pre-launch. Do not worry about anybody else. Just make sure you don't miss the boat. And then once the money starts flowing, my dad used to always say, he used to say, money talks and BS walks. He didn't say it like that though, but that was my dad's favorite line. Money talks, BS walks. So let the money talk. We have been pre-launching for 5 months. We are positioned. At least 15,000 people have paid their $25. I know thousands of people are plugged in like you guys. And then guess what? All those people who don't pay their membership, 70 something thousand people, they're going to have to come in and find a position potentially under you. So don't worry about anybody else. Just worry about if you are positioned and you've paid your membership. We can get those people later. Coach Kola, I've done this so many times. And I always have people, coach, who are like, oh, I'm not coming in. I don't care. And then when the money hits, then everybody all of a sudden they want your attention. That's how it is. And for all of you guys, I haven't even started building yet. I have hundreds of thousands of people that don't even know what I'm doing right now. And the only reason why I haven't told them is because I can't manage them right now. Does that make sense? I can't manage them without credit cards. I can't set that many people up. So now that we have credit cards, we're about to go to the moon like Elon Musk and back. And we'll come back from the moon and pick up the people who didn't believe we were going to the moon. And we'll bring them back to the moon with us. And we'll be like, Harriet Tubman, and I'll come back and get the people as much as I can. But what I'm not going to do is stop building because one family member is like, oh, it sounds like a scam. I don't have time for that. Money will show them. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that yes, I'm on one right now because for the last 5 months, I have gone through the death of my father. I've gone through denials here and there from banks just for the company that we just partnered with to be the bank. And now, sorry, somebody was calling me. Now they're partnering with us, and now I can process as much money as I want, and they will never shut us down. If I process with the bank, I can process $150,000 max, and then they're going to tell me I can't process anymore. Well, that's not our fate anymore. We can bring in as many people as we want. So I'm starting next week, this week coming up, guys. We're going to show you guys some of our educators. We're going to help you figure out which pathway you want to take. And then lastly, we're going to get in week one activity. And week one activity is what you're doing right now, Coach Kola. How hard was it, Coach, for you to call everybody and tell them to meet you on a call? How hard was it?
It wasn't hard at all. Matter of fact, I sent 259 people an email, and 177 said they would show up. But you know how people are, life happens. 28 showed up, but that's okay. We're good because we're going to grow from here.
That is good. So now I need everybody who's listening to my voice to do the same thing you did. Call everybody you know. Ask me to be on your call. I'll jump on, right? Ask me to be on your call. But if you don't want me to be honest with your family, you might not want me to get on because I might hurt their feelings and unintentionally. But then all the money is going to hit and here in the next 7 days, and people are going to be able to know that we weren't, selling snake oil. And then you just send them a snapshot of everybody's checks and you say, this is my team. This is the money that we're making. Do you want to partner now? Would you spend $160 a month to make $1,000 a month? That's how I talk to people. Would you spend $250 a month to make $1,000 plus a month? Oh, well, yeah. Okay, then spend it. And then get over here and find your place and figure out what your gifts are and let VYB teach you how to monetize your gifts. So that is it for me. I am here to answer any questions, but we are going to be Coach Kola in week one activity starting next week, where everybody on this call should be doing a call just like you. And you don't have to be on it. They know their family. They need to get on and tell their cousin and their auntie and their nephews, listen, this is the program you want to be in. Sign up for free. Once you sign up for free, pick your path, pick your membership, and then I'm going to do a call for you just like this. And that's all we do over and over and over again. That's all we're going to do. So, Coach, I'm going to pass it back over to you. If anybody has any questions, I will answer.
Thank you very much. Please, if you have any question, raise your hand and G-Man will spot you and open the microphone for you. And we're not going to belabor this. I mentioned to all of you before we started this, if you have any questions, write them down and be ready. So don't be shy. You just go into the React or under the participants. Raise your hand if you have any question. If you don't know how to do that, go ahead and open your mic and tell us your name, where you're calling from.
Coach is sleeping.
Coach Kola.
Coach Cole is talking.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Coach.
So if anybody does have
Yes, who's that?
questions, I can definitely answer.
Who is
That
that?
is Chastity.
Hi, Coach.
Hi there.
It's Chastity. Chastity, where you live?
I'm from Joliet, Illinois.
Good to
Hello.
see-
So she drove
Good
about
to
3
see
hours
ya.
to come, and then Robert flew from Virginia.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Robert?
And then we have
All right, how's it going?
a
All
few
right.
other people who are coming over.
Excellent, excellent.
Nice meeting you.
She's like so cool. My drink.
Okay, did we have any questions at all? All right. Well, listen, we want to. It looks like we've covered everything. Nobody seems to have any questions. I don't see any hands up, and nobody's opening their mic. So I just want to thank you for making the time to be with us. It's really an awesome treat, especially since I called you so very late, and you made the time for us. And we really, really appreciate you giving us that injection of enthusiasm. You are an awesome coach, and we thank you for the work that you're doing for us out there. All righty.
You're welcome. You know, guys know I'm so excited. This is what I realized, Coach. Put a 1 in the chat, guys. If you've made $500 to $2,000 consistently in network marketing, put a 1 in the chat, put a 2 in the chat if you have not. I'm talking like not on fast start bonuses, but I'm talking about consistently, you get into a company and you're 500 to 2,000 a month, put a 1 or a 2 in the chat. And let me look in the chat real quick. So there's a lot of 2s, very few 1s, okay? So here's what I want you guys to understand. We have built VYB for people to be able to make an extra 1,000 plus a month easily, right? You could literally buy a pro membership and now 5 levels of pay is opened up to you. And you guys have to remember that, not right this second, but okay, thank you. I'll come in there. Thank you. But somebody can pay $160 and get a pro membership and it opens up 5 levels. Here's the blessing for all of you guys. Coach Kola is on top of you. I am on top of Coach Kola. Coach Kola's sponsor is Rosalind. Rosalind's sponsor is Melvin Davis. Melvin has 8,000 people in his organization and he's, going through his own challenges in life, but he's still recruiting. So it's me, it's Melvin, it's Rosalind, it's Coach Kola. So even if Coach Kola is here and his people have to spill in underneath you guys. So what you guys should be doing is getting as close to Coach Kola as possible. You should be wearing them out, calling them every day. I always tell my leaders, if you don't call me every day, I won't know you exist. I have too many people. And everybody's like, oh, but I don't want to call you and bother you. Well, if you don't bother me, somebody else will, and I won't know who you are. Sorry, people are calling me right now. But you gotta call Coach Kola. You have to call me. If you need a 3-way call, I bat 100. I'm gonna probably close your people out for you. And in that first week, it's really about everybody referring 3 people new. Think about if all of you guys referred, hi there, if all of you guys referred 3 people in the first 7 days and everybody did it, you're going to spill into each other's organizations. And then those 3 people, we're going to focus on helping them refer their top 3 people. And that's 9 new people are going to spill in. Let's say you never refer another soul, but you teach every single person to just do basic stuff. Get 3. Now, listen, if you don't get 3 in your first week and you get 3 your second week, you're still in week 1 activity. It's get 3, teach them to get 3, 9, teach them to get 3, 27, teach them to get 3, 81. You guys are going to be making thousands of dollars a month just on network pay, just on matrix pay. It doesn't include what you're going to make on your check match. You could sign up a person who goes out and goes crazy, and now you're matching their money. You might only be making $1,000 or $2,000 in matrix pay, but because you get check match and one of your partners is making $10,000 a month, you're matching their money. This comp plan, there is nothing like it. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you're doing other stuff, I would suggest that you focus. There is no other comp plan like this one. If there was, I'd already have it. And if anything pops up that's better than ours, I'll make ours better because I own the company. I can do what I want. I'm going to make sure that we are always the best of the best when it comes to the comp plan. We have the best product. You guys just don't know it just yet. Oh, somebody's unmuted. And we have so much more to come that I can't tell you right now, but I will tell you here in the next 30 days that's going to take over the market. And it's really designed for people like myself at 47 or people at 57 or 67 or whatever. It's designed for us because we don't have forever to be out here running around like we used to. My knees don't even work like that anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm not out here getting ready to do what the 20-somethings do. I'm designing a company that will work for my 47-year-old knees and my torn Achilles. You know what I mean? We don't have time to be running around like we're crazy, like we used to. I don't even have the energy. I want to chill with my friends. I want the comp plan to work on its own. And if I do the basics and I teach everybody else to do the basics, they're going to make a lot of money. The challenge is you can't care what people think. You can't. If somebody says no, next, move on. I was just telling Chastity that. I'm like, I had to get in her butt a little bit. I'm like, if you talk to me about your family one more time, like you should not even be talking to your family anymore. I don't even want to hear about your sister, right? She ain't coming in right now. Go make some money. They'll come in then. You just got to plant the seed. You guys don't need to be digging the seed up. Are you growing yet? No. Plant the seed, move on. I know I get a little bit,
Yeah.
Coach. I just get into it because I'm like, I'm about to do a call with my family and I'm like, y'all better get plugged in or I'm leaving you.
You're on the road. We love it.
But anyway, I love you guys, but I need you to start calling me. I don't know who some of you are. And if you've been over here longer than a week, you're not new anymore. And if I don't know who you are, it's because you have not called me on the phone. Bring me your people. Call me and say, I need you to do a 3-way call. And I'll say, okay, tell them I got 2 minutes and introduce me and let me talk to your people for you. Okay. So
Awesome.
back to you, Coach.
All right. Thank you very much. Safe travel. Keep safe. And we really appreciate the awesome job that you're doing for us. This
Thank you.
has been a great treat for us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys know I'm excited. Credit cards are here. Now I can pop off. I can talk my stuff now because I already know what's about to happen.
Awesome. All right then. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and let her go and meet those fine people over there. And we shall see you on Monday morning at our leaders
1
meeting.
o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yep. I'll see you guys at 1.
All right. Thank you
Peace and
very much.
blessings. See you guys. Love you.
All right. Bye for now. Travel safe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, everybody. That was totally awesome. I mean, don't you wish that everybody you had on your team was here? This is why I send those emails out. You know, sometimes I don't want to bother people, you know. I send emails out maybe 3 to 4 times a week. And I put in my email. If it's too much for you, just delete it. You know, there are other people who say they don't hear enough from us. So we just send it to everybody. We give you all the information that you need. If it's too much, delete it. And if it's way too much, you can tell me to remove you. Just type remove. It won't hurt my feelings. As a matter of fact, there are quite a few people that I've removed them since 3 days ago. They'll never hear from me again. Never, ever. You know, I've deleted them from the records. I'm not hurt or anything. But for those of you who are getting it, please pass it on to your people. That's what relationship marketing is all about. I always say the success of any organization or relationship, it always depends on communication. And that communication has to be timely and it has to be effective. Period. The timely and effective communication is the key to the survival and success of any relationship. I don't care if it's a marital relationship, if it's a parental relationship, if it's a business relationship, if it's just friendship. There has to be communication. And it has to be effective and timely. So that's what I'm trying to create here, so that at least every Sunday you can know where I'm at. You can know where to take. And some of you I've had the opportunity of talking to, just like Megan has said. Some of you I've had the privilege to minister to. I enjoy, because that is my gifting. Is the gifting of organization, inspiration, and encouragement. So I enjoy it. So I appreciate the ones that I've been able to help. Now, also, I sent you all in the email that I sent you. Let me see real quick here. In the email that I sent you, let's see. Let's go to that email. I put in the latest update that Megan sent us. Okay. What I do, I take all the most important stuff that is communicated to us inside of the Telegram. Okay, and I post it into our group Telegram. And this was the one that she said. I'm not going to bother to go over this right now. I mean, how can I top what Megan just did for us? You know, you leave well enough alone. That is just already awesome enough. But you can go back to your email and you can check this out. Please follow through with it. You know, I was going to share some things with you also about the meeting that we had, private meeting that we had with her, but she shared most of it right now. I didn't know she was going to be able to come. So I was good. I had excerpts of that meeting that I recorded that I was going to share with you. And I said, wouldn't it be better if I could even get her to show up herself? And so I called her just day before yesterday. And even with her busy schedule, she prioritized enough to honor us to show up. So I'm very, very glad for those of you who were able to share. We have some more things coming when we get into our week one. Some more things with regards to marketing and being able to recruit people. So my goal is this. I want to have at least 12 people. As a lot of you know, I brought in 44 people. 36 of them went ahead and paid their $25. That's frontline direct. And there are some of you who did even more than that than I did. Well, and out of those 36, I'm saying to myself, if I can just get 12 people who are committed, I will go to bat with them. I will go. I'm not talking about wishy-washy committed, okay? Because I am committed to the plan that Megan is putting out for us. I'm totally committed to it, and I'm working on all different things to make it totally feasible. It's not really going to so much depend on us. Here's the deal. Now we have a huge part to play. But you know, I believe that God ordained this whole thing. And whatever God ordains, he supports, right? And he prospers. And he says, whatever we lay our hands on to, he will prosper. And as you can see, that young lady that just talked to you right there, she's anointed and appointed to share what she's sharing with you. Sometimes she'll go 48 hours without sleeping. Can you imagine that? Where could you go and hire somebody like that to work for you? Because she's working for us. I am very, very honored and privileged to have such a person as a partner in this business. And the people that she's working with, you got millionaires and billionaires, okay, who are inside the VYB vault. Okay, over 20 people that will be teaching you live. You see, nobody will ever prosper beyond the level of their knowledge and influence, because you don't even know what you don't know. But when you are able to partner and associate with people who've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and they're willing and ready to support and to hold you by the hand and to lead you and to guide you, you never want to pass that up. VYB is like being a member of a high-class country club. Now, when you're a member of a high class country club, you have a ton of high class people, connections. That's what we got. People who made it, who've done it, people with the right mindset. That's why this is not like any other network marketing opportunity at all. It is not. It is not. It is not. In my mind, VYB is a higher institution of financial and entrepreneurial empowerment for the deployment of your personal goals and aspirations. Did you hear that? Let me say that one more time. Maybe you should write down. VYB is a higher institution of financial and entrepreneurial empowerment for the deployments of your personal purpose, goals, and aspirations. No network marketing companies doing that. None. Yeah, they're selling crypto, or they're selling nutrition, or they're selling whatever they're selling. But they don't care about what's in your heart. What goals do you have? What desires do you have? What's been burning in your heart? What crazy dreams do you have that nobody wants to listen to? You know, but to you, it excites you, but you don't even know where to start, right? And if you knew where to start, you don't know how to go from point A to point done. You don't know how to get the funds to do it. You don't have the space. I know it. In 1983, I came up with this technology. It's being used today, where you can go to the check stand and scan this item that I came up with, and it will take the money out of your checking account, and it would reconcile and let you know how much is left. I came up with that. And then I went to a company in Anaheim on Brookhurst. It was they call them a patent company. And they wanted $4,000. And they looked at my plan. They said, the first thing you need to do, you need to go ahead and mail a copy of this to yourself by registered mail. And that way you'll always have it there. It's dated for that particular date. It was in 1983. Okay. But I didn't know where else to go. These people were just lawyers. They didn't know who to refer me to. They didn't know. I wouldn't be here talking to you if I would have been able to put that in place at that time. So what's in your heart? Other people out there, what's in their heart? What dream? Maybe people are busy bringing business ideas to you, and you're not accepting it because you don't know what you would do with it. But you got VYB Global now. You got VYB Vaults. Maybe it's the $7 trillion a day Forex market. $7 trillion a day. You're in it. Okay, it's just not paying you. The banks are using your money to pay them gazillions of dollars every day. Well, if you don't have the knowledge and the know-how, I remember I got into Forex. I did it for a whole year. I will stay up from 12 midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning, trading currency. It was hard. It was difficult. And you know what? I didn't make money. This was in 2008. But now inside of VYB Global, they have the best, the #1 trading academy that they were selling for $20,000. Megan sold I think about 150 of them. And you get it for $259 a month. And they're going to train you. And you have the platform there. And you say, well, I don't know if I'm going to have money. to put into that Forex investment. Well, what about the money that you can get from the 3x10 matrix? If you're getting $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, you got the money. Show me any other network marketing entity out there that has all that. You know, or maybe you want to be a brand ambassador. You've come up with something. You don't know how to do this on Facebook. Yeah, you can go on Facebook and talk to a few of your friends, and they're just gonna look at you. Yeah. But in VYB Global, they're gonna spotlight you to the hundreds of thousands of people. There's already 450,000 people on that app. And you can be a brand representative, representing whatever it is that you got, that you want to give. Is there a course that you want to create? Is there a book that you want to write? Is there an idea? You see, I believe that God don't make no junk. I believe that God created every single one of us for a purpose. See, God is a manufacturer. He manufactured you and I. There is no manufacturer who creates anything without a purpose. And before they put it out, they test it and test it and test it, and then they stamp their image on it. That's what Apple does. God doesn't do any less. That's why he created you and I in his own image and likeness. That it is spiritual essence and moral character. And you know what? He is a creator, and he created you and I to be creators. What talents has he put in your heart? In our church, I was a purpose coach. We teach people how to figure out what is your purpose in life, and then they write a mission statement. I'll be doing that again. You know, but what is your purpose? It's not just about some MLM deal. What is your purpose? What's been burning in your heart that you want to do? I know one of our guys says he wants to be an incredible philanthropist. Of course. Listen, if you become a qualified, money qualified agent in VYB, you know how much you could be making? About $442,860 per month. You think you could become a philanthropist? Now let me blow your mind. Folks, you got to think big. You can't think small. Let me blow your mind. God gave me an idea several years ago. And I've been working with somebody on putting all the pieces together. And as a result, in 2008, my wife and I, we created a ministry, CTAC, CTACC. At that time, we called it Christian Training and Cultural Center. And it is an irrevocable trust. That's another thing. You better know how you set your business. It's got its own bank account, it's got everything. And there's a purpose why God gave me that. And I've been trying to put everything in place. But do you know that the God of the vision is also the God of the provision? I said to myself, I want to be able to share with people how to find their purpose. I want to be able to share with people if you see a Chinese, if you see a Filipino, if you see an African, beyond their color and their language, you can tell them by their culture. Am I right or right? If I'm right, type a 2 in the chat if you believe that. You can identify people by their culture. If you see a Muslim, if you see a Buddhist, you can identify them by their culture. So I was saying, how do you identify a Christian? What is the culture? What is the culture? And I wrote all these things out on all the different things we were going to do. And part of it included teaching people how to prosper in business, in whatever business that they wanted to be. I shared it with a gentleman in 2009. And he said, you know what? I have some friends who have money. How much do you need? I told him $120 million. He said, okay, give me the business plan. And I'm going to take it to these people and see if we can get some bites, some interest. You know what? We didn't get any interest because it wasn't for them. And I've still been working. How can I put all this together? We have to have our own ecosystem. We have to have a monetary system. We have to have an app. We have to have the metaverse. I have to be able to talk to people all over the world at one time, at the same time. And I had all these different connections that I was trying to put all these things together. And then all of a sudden, VYB showed up. And it has everything in the foundation. Everything in the foundation. Megan told us in a year to 3 years, we'll have millions of people in VYB. You know the vision God gave me? It's to be, some of you who are on here, I've talked to you about this, and you know what I'm about to say. The vision is this. And he has shown me how to do it. VYB is you have to have a solid foundation, a foundation on rocks. Even I haven't shared this with Megan yet. She said millions of people. The vision God gave me was billions of people. How to have a revenue, cash revenue of over $200 billion per month. Does that blow you away or what? It's not for me to do. It's for God to do. There's a purpose for it. When we get on into VYB and we put our app together, I'll be sharing in detail exactly what we're going to do. And right now, I have a source of over 4 million people to reach into to make that happen. So what is in your heart? VYB is not just some MLM. I would pay $259 per month, even if it didn't pay me a dime, just to be able to have the connection, the relationship with the people that I'm going to be able to meet. Again, why would you want to be a member of a very prestigious country club? It's not because the country club is going to pay you something every month, but it's because you have a motive, your own motive, and you've got to be passionate. That's what I see in Megan, passion. And I thank God, because God of the vision is also God of the provision. When I get to share with you down the road how all this can be employed, if you're here, how all this can be put into place, because it's going to start with the team that we are building right now, our team. Our team. And it's got to relate to you finally deciding that you don't want to be a victim of circumstance. You want to be a vessel of hope, purpose, and impact in the lives of the people around you. That's my vibe presentation. So stay plugged in. Check the emails out. Follow through. In each email, I send out a homework. I ask people to watch it. Let me tell you something. Everything I tell you to watch, I've watched it 2 to 3 times. Because I'm conditioning myself to be used by God to put together the biggest philanthropic entity the world has ever seen, generating revenues of over $200 billion per month. Elon Musk, who? Elon who? When God gets involved, nobody can stand next to what he puts together. That's my passion. That's my desire. What is yours? What is yours? So, folks, go ahead and give all this consideration. And this is what people are looking for. People are, when you get yours, so you need passion to make it in business. You need passion. And I tell you, 2 simple passions that you can leverage. 2 simple passions that you can leverage with whatever is happening in your life. Passion number 1, anger. Anger. When Jesus threw the money changers out of the temple, you think he was just smiling with them and laughing with them and said, would you please go ahead and get out of the temple? No. And that anger is angry at whatever is holding you back. Angry at where you're at today that you don't want to be. Angry that you do everything, things don't seem to be happening. The second passion is hunger. The Bible tells us to hunger and thirst for right standing with God. Well, you cannot have right standing if you are not about the very purpose he has created you for. Okay? Hungry. Hungry for where you want to be. Hungry for the vision that you're watching. Do you have a vision board? On my television, the screen saver on my television is about 54 pictures of a property. That property is 36,000 square foot, 36,000 square feet on a 26 acres. What do you see? What are you planting in your spirit? Because your mind, there's nothing you do in life that does not begin in your mind. Your mind is the paintbrush of your life. So what are you feeding your mind? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And it's the words that come out of your mouth that create your reality. You know that, right? Because God created you in his own image and likeness. When God created this universe, he did not use a hammer and a saw and wood and brick. What did he do? He spoke it. So everything that comes out of your mouth is a seed that is sown that could reap a harvest of curses or blessings that you meet down the road. So what are you feeding your heart? And that heart in the Bible, as you know, is not the organ. You know what that heart is? Your imagination. That's what it's describing. Just like the people, the story of the people in Babel, where they were building their tower, their imagination was crazy. The word used in there, there's nothing in their heart that if they imagine that they shall not do. That word heart there was imagining. There's nothing they can imagine that they would not do, and God had to confuse their language. What are you imagining? Because without that, you won't have the purposefulness, the perseverance. Success requires patience, perseverance, and positive attitude. PPP. Write it down. So that's all I have for you all today. I really I commend you for showing up today, and let me know how we can help you. Whatever we can do to help you to get to where you need to get, let us know. Talk to your upline. Refuse to be denied. And watch the words that come out of your mouth. Believe that you are not listening to my voice today by chance. Believe that you were ordained from the very foundation of the earth before you were born to be on this call today and to listen to what I'm sharing with you today, so that you can go back and say, okay, Lord, enlighten me. Enlighten me. The word says wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with that getting, get understanding. Help me understand my purpose. It's in there. It's tied to your competency, what you're good at, and what's always been in your heart that you wanted to do. So I hope these words have been able to help some people today. Be good to the people on your team. Impress upon them to show up on these meetings. So we'll go ahead and call it a day. Do I have any questions real quick? Anybody that has any questions that I can answer real quick? Anybody? You know, the word says, we have not because we ask not. And when we ask amiss. So I hope some of you did go ahead and take some notes. Work on who you allow to speak into your spirit and into your life. Work on it. Be positive. Only speak positive things. Positive things. Because the story of your life is written with your tongue. It's written with your tongue. There's greatness inside of you. There's greatness inside of you. And you don't want to be like the slothful servant in the parable of the talent that went and buried his talent. The wealthiest piece of real estate on the face of the earth is the local cemetery. So many people who took their talents to the grave and buried it. You are still alive today because God's not done with you. You have help. You have inspiration. Oh my God. The things I want to share with you when we really get into it on developing purpose and why. On covering the original purpose and intent of God. On the power and the ability and the impact that you have. That's what we're talking about. All right, everybody. If we don't have any further questions or whatever, I shall see you all again. Or if there's any comments, anybody have any comments that they want to make, let me know. before we call it a day. I don't want to keep you any longer.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you, sir. If there's anything that you put it this way, if there's anything specifically that you got out of today, I remember when I used to train people in financial planning, I would take them to go visit a family and we will do a financial analysis and make some recommendations. And I'll have them sit down and take notes. And then after briefing, we would do a debrief and I would ask them, what did you get out of that? And if they say to me, oh, that was good, I say, you know what, we failed. You didn't get anything out of it. That was good. What did you get out? Because the things you repeat out of your mouth are the things that you're going to retain. Anytime you're listening to anything, even when I go to church and I'm listening to a sermon, I listen with 3 motives. This is why I have a photographic memory. I listen with 3 motives every single time. Number 1, I'm listening to get knowledge and education. Number 2, I'm listening to see how I am going to apply it. Number 3, I'm listening to how I'm going to teach it. When you do that, it makes your retention just supernatural. And you would use it. So I listen to get the knowledge and the information. And then I listen for the application. How am I going to apply it when I finish hearing this? Exactly how am I going to apply it? What in my life am I going to apply it to? What changes is it going to make to in my life? And I listen for how I'm going to teach it. If somebody comes to me and they're in the same situation, or who do I know that's in the same situation? When you listen like that, you're no longer listening for entertainment. Because a lot of people, they read and listen for entertainment. They go to church for entertainment. That's why they can be in the church for 30 years. They've been in the way for 30 years. Yeah, they've been in the way. You know, they're not doing anything. They're not growing. So we've got to be, we've got to kind of level up and step up. Okay, everybody? So if there's anything specifically that you'd like to share that you got specifically or that you wrote down, feel free to share it. We'll do that just for maybe 2 minutes here, and then we'll call it a day. I don't want to keep you any longer. Anybody? Okay, in that case, we'll call it a day.
Excuse me.
Who's that?
This is John Queen. I just wanted you to repeat that. It was very powerful what you said about the application. Could you just do me a favor and just say that one more time?
About the what now?
About the application, how to receive the application. And I missed the last 2 parts. I couldn't.
Oh, thank you, John. So what I do whenever I'm listening to anything, I'm listening and taking down information, knowledge. What do I know? What did I learn? This is great. Okay. So that's getting the knowledge, information, right? Because people perish if they don't have knowledge, right? So then the next thing, I'm listening for application. How can I apply this information to my life today? How can I use it to make my life better today? What is my situation that I can use this in today? And I write that down. And then I'm listening for how can I teach this to someone else? Because when God gets anything to you, He's got to be able to get it through you so that you can be a blessing unto other people. You know, how would I teach this? And by the way, who do I know that needs to hear this right now that I can share it with? Okay. So I'm listening. So information, application, and teaching.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome.
All right.
One last person. Anybody else? Okay, well, everybody, again, it's been definitely my honor, okay, to be able to share with you today. It's definitely been an honor to be able to do that with you. I truly and truly appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing all of you. This next week is going to be awesome. They're going to be teaching, we're going to be using, like Megan said, the credit card's going to come in. I'm glad that we are now partners with the bank. So they're not going to try to stop our money for any ridiculous, frivolous reason. That is wonderful. Okay, they're going to be showing us how we're going to be able to use credit cards and everything, and then they're going to be showing us onboarding, where we're going to be able to see VYB Global. What is it? How do you use it? How do you utilize it? How do you get into it? VYB Vaults. What is it? What are the different people who are working in there that's going to help us? How do we use it? They're going to be going through all of those in all the 7 pathways. That's what's going to be happening. And you talk to your people, show some passion. Nobody wants to follow a parked car. Show some passion. Make a decision. Okay? All right, everybody. Again, I commend you for the attention that you've paid today. I thank you. I commend you for being here today. And we will see you next week, Sunday.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach Kola.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Let's raise this up like a mighty choir. Sing, oh, how you walk with me. And oh, how you walk with me. He's been really, really, really good. And oh, how he talks. Oh, how you talk. He's been really, really, really good. Oh, how you tell me. Oh, how you tell me. That I belong to you. That I